Good morning, everybody. So I'm going to make me a cup of tea. We're going to look at some stamps, as usual. I don't think you guys ever really see it from this angle, but here's my place. Well, let me turn that down. It is 7:19 in the morning. And over there, you'll see Stamp Central. So, now I have over here a big bag of complete sets, and I think most of them are mint. So we're going to take a look at some of these. First, I need to clean this desk up. As you can see, I am smack dab in the middle of working on my Japanese stamps. Let's get some stamps on the table and take a look at them. Okay, so this big beautiful bag, this came from a former collection I had bought. Complete sets, I wrote. That sounds right, that's what it should be. What is this? Deutsche Post. Yeah, no, these aren't going to be, these aren't going to be ordered by Scott number or anything like that. As far as I know, they all are simply complete mint sets. And that's really it. So, anyways, let's browse through some of these and see. Now, I'm not going to lay all these out. Obviously, there's way too many of them. So this looks like just a single. I don't know why that would be in here. Wow, $8.50 catalog value. I have a couple. Interesting. Huh. Semi-postals. A franchise tax stamp for use of Spanish refugees in France. $2.75 each, $27.50. CAD. That's a block of 10, so that all adds up correctly. Interesting. Kind of an oddball. So much for complete mint sets. I have stuff in here that I don't know what the heck was going on. Yeah, I don't know why that ended up in there. France complete set. Semi-postals. What is this? In Scott it says only known pre-cancelled, but these aren't? Okay, this is curious. Yeah, let me get organized here. Let's take a look at this. What may have thrown me off is because maybe it's not a like a classic pre-cancel from the United States. It's kind of what I'm used to. You know, this being French, maybe this a French posts, maybe that kind of semicircle is the pre-cancel. I suppose that could be. Interesting little set, huh? So these are pairs. These are number 2101 to 2104 from France. In this glass scene, I have 4 complete sets. Let's go find these in the catalog and see if we can find anything that says that they are pre-canceled. Okie dokie, artichoke. So here we are in the catalog. We've got here, it looks like it's actually from 1988. I wouldn't have guessed that. And it says here, numbers 2101 through 04, known only pre-canceled. Now, something I don't recall is it says see second note after number 132. So now I already pulled that up, so we don't have to dilly-dally. So here's number 132, and I guess that this blurb here would be the second note. Let's see what it says. Number 114 was issued pre-canceled only. Values for pre-canceled stamps in first column are for those which have not been through the post and have original gum. Values in the second column are for postally used gumless stamps. I mean, okay. I'm not sure why that matters. Okay. Yeah, and I was just kind of skimming over this first blurb here. It doesn't really seem to matter. I'm not sure why this matters. Why would they would want me to see that? It says number 132. So, and looking at this, like this is the design. It looks like they had multiple actually. Oh, okay. So all of these are for this release. But yeah, so anyways, I mean, brings us to 132, 20 franc, stamp, blah blah blah. Here's the second note. I mean, I don't really get what the connection is here. I don't see anything significant. This design is clearly none of those here. It's completely dissimilar. So, whatever. Now, as I was looking at this, I'm like hoping there'd be something more to it, but no. I think that my guess that this semicircle here is the pre-canceled. I think that's right. Now, I went into Google and let's see what I Googled. Franchi, whatever, I don't know how to say that, posts. I went to the first link, which is the stamp community forum, and this guy's talking about how that he understands that this is a pre-canceled stamp. A lot of people have them. How does it work? Why don't all stamps have a pre-cancel? Well, this pre-cancel says the same thing. So I do believe on our stamp that is the trick. That in fact, this bit here is the pre-cancel. Very well then. Now I will say something that I think is odd about it is it's clearly printed on there. Like for example, this one here. I don't know if I can click on it. Nope. These look hand stamped or machine stamped, whatever, machine canceled. I'm sorry, but they don't look printed. Like it seems like this is in fact part of the stamp's design. Well, okay, I'm not sure as I sit here looking at it, how much I see that. Usually, in my mind, most stamps have the pre-cancel applied after the stamp is printed, and it's not actually part of the original design. So that, I think, is what threw me off. That's just odd. I don't see that a lot. I don't think there's really a whole lot more to look into here. I mean, I guess it's just a pre-cancel stamp. And it says that they're only known pre-canceled, so so be it. It's just weird. So that kind of answers that. I wanted to just kind of dive into that a little bit just to see if I can, clear that up for myself, because that's why I put that sticky note. I was just not sure. I'm like, this is weird. It says it's supposed to be pre-canceled, but it's not. Well, I don't think that I just caught on, I didn't catch on to this bit here. So be it. There we go. So yeah, an interesting little set with our pre-canceled stamp. As you can see, like I'm saying, it is clearly part of the original design. So, yeah. Huh. What do you know? And interesting. So, yeah, I've got 4 sets, complete sets of this as pairs. I guess that really I have 2 sets of these doubles, which makes 4 complete sets. Yeah. But if I were to want to, let's say, sell them or something individually, I'd have to try and separate them. That's actually quite a rare thing for me. Separating stamps intentionally, I have done it. And, you just got this weird little feeling when you're doing it, like, no, I hope I don't screw up. I hope I pull the perfs, correctly. And as I'm looking at these pairs, actually, there's 1 horizontal, 1 vertical pair each. Excuse me. That's kind of cool. So, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this sticky note, because don't need that anymore. I answered my question. In case anybody ever ran across this stamp and was wondering themselves, now they'll know as well. quite interesting. And then I did actually want to just take this out just to peek at it. This is supposedly mint. Let's take a little peeky poo here. I'm gonna mess with my camera settings. Hold on. Okay. Oh, this thing has an F on it. There's an F overprinted. I didn't even catch that through the glassine. I'm getting real up close to this thing, and I can tell you it is definitely not mint. Well, I guess that I don't have that written on the glassine. Why I'm saying it's not mint, you can see like this one right here. Look at this beautiful bold blue. Look how it's all white. Something happened. This thing is like the ink has been rubbed off in different spots. So clearly not mint. That's a bummer. I wonder what happened to it. Oh, yeah. And it's picked up some kind of blue, either paper. It looks like paper. Maybe ink on the back. So this is definitely not mint. Also, the selvage has this little bend here, but I guess the selvage isn't super important. But yeah, this thing, upon further inspection, is actually not mint. I don't know why I thought it was, but anyway, interesting. Look at that postal tax stamp, because it looks like a normal stamp, but I guess that the overprint of F is what probably indicates that it's a franchise tax stamp. Pretty wacky. All right, let's move on. Okie dokie. Oh man, I have so much stuff in here. Interesting. '09 catalog he used for all this stuff. And I guess it looks like, I don't know if I've done all of them, but clearly I've gone through and verified his catalog price. See, he wrote 25 each, so there's supposedly 2 complete sets. Interesting. Maybe it's a bad idea to keep sliding this pile in front of the camera. Sorry. Let me set it to the side. I kind of want to take these out. Just to see what's going on. So, Philatec, Paris, 1964. Beautiful selvage. Beautiful stamp. They've got plenty going on here. It looks like I think that these are probably electrical towers or radio towers. Some kind of rocket. A guy on a horse. I guess this is the sun? I don't know what the heck that thing is. You guys see that thing? Like some kind of freaking... I don't know. Looks like some kind of signal receiver or something that sends some kind of signal. I'm not sure. Interesting. So 64. I mean, it says I have it written here. Post-rider, rocket, and radar equipment. Oh, okay. Number 1100. 1750 cat each. So this is where it gets a little wacky. I mean, with this stuff, it's not perfect because, I mean, if these are supposed to be complete mint sets, whoever first originally checked these out, if they were, I guess maybe, let's say a single release, he would still consider it a complete set. That's what the CPL means. That means complete. So, okay. But I guess he didn't write set. Let me see. Okay, well, see, on these other ones he wrote complete sets. Okay. And also pairs. So, yeah, I think I'm seeing that. So, complete just means like that's it. It's just a single release. So, I have 2 of these single stamps. This one is like almost perfectly mint, but you might be able to notice a really small divot near the edge. or corner right there. So it's not perfect, but pretty close. Honestly, this one looks pretty dang good. That is better. But like, if I want to nitpick, like look at the word Paris. You see the kind of ink splotches? They're really small above and below it. I assume that that's not. I don't know if that's part of the printing or not. And even this one above 1964 has some really minor ink splotches. Interesting. And yeah, I mean, he did say mint never hinged. Now I'm scrutinizing it pretty well, that's very minor stuff overall. Ooh, looks like it's too tall. I have to put it this way. So, anyways, just wanted to pop some of these out and inspect them, and I have to refamiliarize myself with all this. Like this, I definitely find this interesting. I think I've seen these before, and I also love these balloon stamps. I think that they're very pretty. Let's see what's going on here. Ah, they're gorgeous. Really nice looking stamps. Yeah, wow, okay. Huh. 3 of them all together. 1863 to 64. 3 pairs with the label. And the label seems to be commemorating bicentennial, probably of I don't know, hot air balloons, or I don't know. But 225 cat. Just a reminder for you guys out there, like I use, I think, let me see, I have it right here. Yeah, the 2021 Scott Postage catalog. So I don't have the most up-to-date catalog out there, but, they don't change a whole lot, generally. It's the truth. If you were going to use like if you were doing like Scott specialized, U.S. catalog, if you were evaluating stamps with that, it's still going to be from like 1995 or something. It's still going to be somewhat acceptable. You don't have to use the current year catalog for any of you new collectors. I'm sure you older collectors already know that. I mean, they really just don't change that much. Just watching a video from Noble Spirit. I think his name is Michael Cortese, I think. He seems like a really nice guy. He definitely knows his stuff. He has a lot of catalogs memorized, and Noble Spirit is huge. They've been around for a long time. They've sold an awful lot of stuff. They know what they're doing, right? And I was just watching a video of him. I subscribe to him on YouTube. If you guys don't, you might want to check it out. Noble Spirit is their channel. And, you can go to their website and buy plenty of stamps from them and all that. They're legitimate. And, in one of his recent videos, he said a couple of things that I thought were interesting. Was, when we were talking American stamps, U.S. stamps, pretty much all stamps from 1930 onwards are really only worth face value. I mean, practically. So if you were trying to get into stamp collecting because you were hoping that it was going to make you a bunch of money or something like that, if you had a recent collection of U.S. stuff, not going to be worth it. It's just not going to work out. Only older stamps, 1930 and earlier, tend to be worth more than face value. Okay. Which it was nice to hear that again. I think I heard that somewhere, and I forgot. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Like that's kind of the cutoff. He was also talking about the catalogs themselves, specifically the U.S. specialized catalog, and saying how that you can just you don't have to buy a 2024 U.S. specialized catalog. You can just go on eBay and just buy a used one, you know, for a fraction of the price. And just because the prices just don't change that much, just go get a used one. Who cares if it's 10 years old, 15 years old? That's fine, you know. He was totally 100% on board with that. Like, no problem at all. So, I just thought that I'd mention that. So, we have a few sets here. These I was thinking look eerily similar, like they might be duplicates, but I guess not. 1460 to 63 and 1487 to 90. What is the difference here? Maybe the denoms. Oops. And the colors and stuff. Yeah, I think the denoms. Yeah, this has like a 0.5. This is a 0.52. So they're slightly different. What do they call it? Gaelic coins? Interesting. These ones are interesting too. I'm pretty sure there's a name for when they have a selvage in between them. Like a specific name for that. I can't recall. From 1976. $5.15 per set, I assume, which would be $10.30. Yeah, see, this guy, like, he's using an '09 catalog, whoever did this, right? So this is why I bothered to go and rewrite the prices. For one thing, it's easy enough to look these up. It's not hard. And then when I go and put them in my album, I've already got the proper updated catalog value. But so I guess this does go to show, I mean, things do move around, but it's not very significant. See, in his '09 catalog, $6.55 was the value of a complete mint set. And then in my 2021 catalog, $5.15. So these actually depreciated slightly. Let's take a look at these. So he said $9.10 originally for the complete set, and my catalog said $8.35. So like minor differences, you know. This is the kind of thing where, like, if you came across $1,000 stamp, you know, it's probably still going to be around that. You know, maybe it's worth $9.50 now, you know, instead of $1,000 as like 15 years ago. But you know, it's somewhat negligible. Like, it's just not that important. And it's really not all about, you know, the value of these. None of these are really valuable, of course. I wish it was easier to find more valuable stamps, but usually they're in collections, you know. I think it really is so rare. I mean, so rare to strike gold with, you know, a stamp collection, like any collection that's inherited or you found in the attic, you know, of grandma or grandpa. I mean, just the odds of them having super valuable stamps are pretty slim. It's just the truth, man. It's just like, don't count on it, you know. It's just I've watched so many videos of people going and getting their collections evaluated, or they thought they had $1 million stamp or this and that, and they're just like totally let down. Like, no, sorry, not valuable, not $1 million stamp, you know, common stuff. So many people just hope that they have something of value, but in reality, they don't. That's so rare. You know, grandma died, and she gave us her stuff, and we went through a box in the attic, and oh my God, we found, you know, Zeppelin stamps or something. It's like, yeah, right. I mean, that stuff just doesn't really happen much. Yeah, it's just rare. That also happens for coins. I've seen plenty of videos of collected 70 years. I think Noble Spirit has a few videos like that as well, since they're on my mind. Where they sit down and help people evaluate their collections, be it stamps or coins. So numismatists go there as well. They like, they had a guy that was like, 70 years collecting, and he had all beautiful boxes of rows of coins. I hate to say it, but the guy just kind of looked at it and was like, yeah, like, sorry, like, really none of this. I know you collected 70 years, but no, not valuable. That's just how it goes. So a set of Dubai bird stamps here. These look to be CTOs from the cancels in the corners. Not anything particularly crazy nothing really to write home about. I have some more Dubai sets. Butterflies and flowers. These are pretty. You know, oh, look at Boy Scouts, Dubai. That's cool. Whatever collection I got these out of, I think it was just like such an amazing collection. But it was a couple of years ago, and man, I mean, just so much stuff in there. Yeah. So like you guys saw the big bag at the beginning with all of these sets in there. Well, what I've accumulated in this bag is a fraction of what I had in that collection I had bought these in. What is this? This isn't even a stamp. This is a banknote? Why is this even in here? I have a... What? This is cool. Burma? Okay, that's not my writing, so somebody else identified this as Burmese money. One kyat? I bet you I'm butchering that. One kyat. Okay, it's beautiful. It's small compared to American dollars. Cool statue. I like it. Wow. So yeah, I have a banknote collection. I have some money from around the world and stuff. Haven't really put a lot of effort into it, but I've accumulated it over my lifetime. A little bit of travels I've done and whatnot. So this is actually really cool, and this is not a stamp from what I can tell. This is a little piece of legal tender from Burma. So I'm going to go ahead and steal this out of here. That doesn't belong in here. I'm going to put that in my other collection. Cool. I'm actually really glad that I'm going through this. Like I said, it's been a couple of years. I've literally just ignored it. I've gotten caught up into a bunch of other stuff that I've been getting. This caught my interest, and I just forgot all about these. 765 Scott Retail. Looks like flower sets from Brazil. 15 values. Huh. What is this? German occupation. Slovensko. I think that's Slovenia. They're imperforate. 10 of them at $6 a piece. This is kind of sloppy. EX, I guess 1 to 2. So that would mean that I have 5 of each. See, this is the kind of stuff, like, maybe I would put, I would steal this out of here and put it in my album, and then I could go list these ones, these doubles, on my store. Anyway, that's kind of my thought process behind this stuff, what to do with it. Yeah, interesting. I mean, what do I mean 10? Oh, they're okay. So each individual triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, okay. What the heck? Then these are interesting little stamps. Yeah, they didn't even cut them individually. They're just, it's almost like strips, and they maybe cut them out of a sheet. These are odd. Wow. So then I guess if, then I would have 10 sets if if these are the only releases. That's interesting. Huh. Okay. I have an awful lot of stuff in here too. This is, you know, like I always have the urge to buy stamps, but if I go looking into the nooks and crannies and random bags and stuff that I've accumulated over time, I still have so much stuff that I really don't think I need to buy anymore. And like I don't remember this stuff at all, yet I own it. 1945 to 46, Czechoslovakia sous sheet. This is a semi-postal sous sheet. That's right. Interesting. Definitely not mint. You guys see the corner and kind of this side here looks a bit rough. Also crease there. So yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it just looks weird. What's going on? It almost looks like there's two. I guess not. It almost looks like two things stuck together. This is a little weird. Not quite sure what's going on with that one. A bit odd. Neat looking sous sheet overall. Okay, and so clearly this bundle is not perfectly organized. I mean, we've gone what France to Dubai, German occupation of Slovenia. Now we're in Czechoslovakia. A bunch of oh my gosh, gorillas. Jesus, I wanted to say apes, but so yeah. Let's kind of pick up the pace a little bit. Look at Czechoslovakia. 4 complete sets of flowers. Then we have 3 complete sets of birds. Mint never hinged. Yeah, most of these are mint never hinged. That's one thing that I really liked about them is okay, well then of course finally used. Republic of China. 1140. Interesting. That should mean canceled. That symbol there, from what I understand. The U probably means, I was going to say unused, but they're definitely used. I'm not sure what that U is. Complete. Used. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm sorry. I get lost in thought for a sec. Look at Taipei. Since I'm working on China, I'm going to go ahead and steal these out. Put them over here. Look at China. Oh, cool. Number 25. See. I wonder if this is already in my album or not. Dang, it looks good, too. It says it's mint never hinged. Let's see about that. What do you write here? France on the back lip of the glassine. Clearly not France. Okay, come on, camera. Thank you. Interesting, the perfs being like that. I just think that they didn't have the best perforation piercing products back in the day, you know. Cool looking stamp. And man, it really does look pretty good, I gotta say. If, let's say, the perfs being rough like this was normal, you know, let's just say, for the sake of conversation, that it was normal, I could look it up, for them to be like this in this time period for these printings, then this thing sure as heck looks absolutely mint never hinged. Now, if it could have a whole lot better perfs, then I guess like the actual grade of the stamp wouldn't be as high as it could be, but it still does look mint. It's been a while since I've gotten into, I'm going to set that aside as well. It's been a while. I'd really need to refresh myself on grading and that kind of stuff, you know. I kind of got into that for a while when I was beginning my hip stamp store and eBay store, and just so that I could learn, because I didn't want to list stamps incorrectly, you know. Like how does one really decide if a stamp is fine, very fine, extra fine, superb, or a gem? I try to get into that stuff. It's complicated, and I think that it really comes down to a bunch of memorization. Like you just got to look at the same issues over and over and over again until you just simply remember, which issues have maybe off center, and that's still considered, very fine, or, like little details, all of the different issues from different countries. Yeah. Which it becomes too much. I don't think that there's like an expert that could really remember all that stuff for the whole world. Frankly, I feel like you need to, if you're going to be an expert in stamps, you're going to specialize in specific countries, right? Specific eras or specific countries. Like, there's just too much to know about the whole world. Even like the Noble Spirit guy, Michael Cortese, he's memorized like Scott's U.S. specialized catalog pretty well, and he can just look at stamps and tell you, yeah, that's $1,000 set, like done deal. But he gets blurry when you start showing him like worldwide albums. It's like, oh, look, I know some stuff, but like I don't know, everything of the whole world. Like, it's just too much. So if you're going to be a stamp dealer, this is why they specialize in certain countries. Like you have Canadian stamps, you go to the Canadian expert. You have U.S. stamps, you go to the U.S. expert. I mean, it's just too much to know the whole world, all the little details. Canada block, Bulgaria. This is actually quite a mix. Maybe this bag is just a mix. Maybe that's this first one that I picked. That could be what's going on. Mexico, Laos. Okay, well, that's a mix. Whatever. I can't remember the method I was using when I grouped all these together, frankly. But I thought that I tried to group them by country. But anyway, I'm just trying to make sense of this bag. Bulgaria, sushi. This is cool. I wonder if I can come up with enough SUV sheets out of all of this here that I could dedicate an entire page and just make a SUV sheet page. I was going to say SUV sheet section. Go ahead and say that 3 times real fast. Bulgaria complete set. So Brazil. I know it's not as clear as if I took them all out of the glass scene. I'm sorry about that, but you can still get the general gist of it. I don't want to take everything out. I'm looking at them too. I'm seeing if they're maybe organized by number. It kind of looks like that as well. Brazil, yes, here, so you guys can see complete sets. I mean, what a beautiful thing to even have this bundle of stamps. Goodness, this is an awful lot of stuff. This is like one of those. Sorry, it's getting organized. This is one of those gem bags, kind of for me. Like, I don't know. Just I put all this together and packed it up and just kind of left it for a rainy day, like something that I can enjoy. Every now and then I'll break it open and get to see what's going on. To put all of these in my album is going to be it's going to take quite a while. And what you wouldn't know is that I've already put about half of this bag in that album. I have actually done quite a lot of work putting these complete sets into my album, and what I have left is just what I haven't gotten to yet. But the bag was about twice as full. It was brimming with these. It was completely full. So it's it's just so absurd how many of these I have, and that's why I was like, what should I do with them? And yeah, I was like, put some in the album, sell some. I'm trying trying to completely move over to hip stamp and get off of eBay. I have been trying for a while. I'm almost done. I'm almost completely done on eBay. You know, maybe if enough time goes by and I just don't sell what I have left, I'll just end the listings and just be completely married to hip stamp. But I've left some listings up in the meantime, just seeing if they ever sell. But that's my goal. These are cool. Bhutan. Big, beautiful stamps. Looks like one of them's used. Oh, this one's used too. Trying to get them out of here. They're sticky. What's going on? What the heck? Ugh. Criminy. I wonder if these are CTOs. Darn, man. Quite stuck in there. Sorry. Hopefully they're not stuck on each other. They were probably in some kind of order too, but whatever. I don't care. I'll deal with that later. Interesting. Big old stamps. 1971. Okay, so duplicates. Let's see. Duplicates. Oh, okay. Never mind. Oh, there's more. So, where did I see it? Okay, like this one says airmail up in the top corner. This one doesn't. All right, next bundle. This is a big one. Netherlands. Oh, drop some. Semi-postals. Wow. $1.80 from 1965. Bunch of semi-postal Netherlands sets, huh? 1961. Two different sets here. Okay. Yeah. Just a bunch of semi-postal Netherlands. $15, 1952. Man. I know that some of these had some value. Nothing crazy, I'm sure, but some countries' semi-postals do catalog with a little bit better value than some other super common stamps. Look at the little baby head. 1946. I wonder if this whole pile... Oh, no, okay, I see. I was wondering if the whole pile was Netherlands, but nope. Netherlands Antilles. Fine, very fine, never hinged. 1960. Curacao. Netherlands Antilles. Yeah, I really have actually gone through and looked up each one of these. This is my writing. I've already put that effort in to make sure I had the proper catalog value on all of these. Huh. Oh, I was just thinking, like, I could put all these in my album, and I could also just list these on my hip stamp store. Ooh. What do you guys think? Anybody out there interested in this stuff? I don't know. Plus, it worries me. Some of them, it says mint never hinged. Like I wouldn't willingly just listen. I can't just take the guy's word. Like I need to look at them and inspect each one of these and make sure that they are that before I actually go and advertise them as such. But for the most part, they do look to actually be mint never hinged. This one he just wrote never hinged. I wonder what the problem is. Why not mint? Why would these not be mint? Gosh, they look mint. Ooh, there's a crease in the corner. Can you guys see that? Yeah, see that crease? Darn. So one of them has a crease in the corner. The other two look great. Interesting. So no longer mint. Here we have an unused set. Okay. See, that's just the kind of stuff you got to look out for. Fine to very fine, never hinge. So there's a flaw, somebody somewhere in there's one of them has a flaw. Nepal. Wow, these look old. $14 cat each. There's 5 of them, which is $70 cat total. From 1907. I can see the color difference here. So it looks like this is like a statue, probably of their god. It looks like it's like out in the middle of the freaking desert or something. I'm not sure. That one has, I guess, a pulled perf on the top right corner. Ew. Ugly hinges. This one's written on, has a hinge mark. It looks like a thin as well. This one's definitely hinged. So, yeah. See, and he wrote mint hinged. Yeah, I'm not going to linger on that, but I would need to think about that. I mean, they're more like, I don't know if I can call them mint, but whatever. Wow, this is a thick stack here. How many is this? I didn't write how many. It feels like an awful lot. Curious. What the heck? My goodness. It's also a shame that they've been bent at the perfs to fit them in this class scene. That's a shame. But it looks like strips, mint strips of 5. Wow. Okay. I don't know a lot about Nauru. I don't really know anything, frankly. Nauru Christmas stamps. Okay. 1170 I wrote. Number 165 to 81. Nauru. Mozambique. Block of 6. 45 cents each times 10. Oh, I see. It's folded over. Okay. 10 singles. Man, I can't believe I went through and cataloged all these. I just don't even remember doing it. Clearly I did. And it must have taken a good bit of time. But I just can't recall. Sometimes I drink while I work on my stamps. Maybe that was why. It's all just a blur in my subconscious now. Nauru, another, beautiful stamp, but thick. So clearly these are strips again that have been folded over. 10 complete sets of 142 to 5. Yeah, I wonder about this kind of stuff. I mean, what if I were to try to sell these? Would I actually try to separate them? I mean, I could put on a pair of gloves and delicately just pull them apart. None of them are super duper valuable, So, I know that with valuable stamps, separating them can be quite a big deal. You would want to take it to an expert, to have an expert separate the stamps, pull them apart. because the way that you do it will affect how the perfs come out. And you don't want to have pulled corners or bent, pulled off perfs. And with valuable stamps, that becomes much more important when they're not singles, when they're pairs or whatever. When you decide to separate them, it's actually a pretty critical thing that you do it right. It's all about, just like everything in here is about, in this hobby is about preservation. And we don't want to hurt things or devalue things. Montenegro, 1905. Postage dues, really? Complete. Okay, well then I guess it's a complete set. It doesn't say set, but it does say complete. Interesting. Really old Montenegro postage dues. Morocco? Okay. Complete set. Yeah, man, there's so much stuff in here. What's this? Morocco again. Can't really see them. Whoa. North Zone. I wrote 4460 from 1956. Looks like a glass scene within a glass scene here. Huh. Morocco number 1 through 8. I'm seeing this star on here. I feel like that's another symbol, just like this one has the circle. Although it's supposed to have a dot in the center, I thought, if that indicates used. I feel like the star means something, and it's probably from a certain catalog. Might indicate condition or something. 1 star might be fine, maybe 2 is very fine, like that kind of idea. I have no idea. I'm just kind of guessing. So, Morocco again, some beautiful fish, a few of them. 2003. Even though more recent stamps aren't quite as valuable as old rare stamps, I sure do have a spot in my heart for newer stamps. I like them. I just think they're pretty and nice to look at. $7 Montserrat complete set, 1988. Seashells, conch shells. So yeah, oh boy, sorry guys, I get lost in the sauce here. I don't want to spend too long on this, but I just wanted to kind of go through some of this and share with you guys this bag of stamps. Look at this, 10 complete sets. I mean, God, what do I do with that? And clearly I have to separate them all. Darn it, again and again, huh? Same thing. It's like a block of 6 that's been folded over. Ugh, I hate that they're folded over. That means no matter what, that those perfs are bent. Christmas. So yeah, I'm kind of speed up a little. Montserrat. Here we go, another one. 10 complete sets. Man, what to do? What to do? That looks exactly like the other one. Are these duplicates? No, totally different. Okay. No. Yeah, a lot of Montserrat. These are actually pretty cool looking. Interesting. Whoa. Yeah, I can see why I threw these in the bag. They're just like these thick blocks. What am I gonna do with those? Whoa, that's a pretty awesome looking label. London 1980. Complete mint. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, some of these are actually pretty cool. Flowers. Ships. Gold coin, look, or I guess silver coin. Whole bunch of Montserrat here. Jeez. Talk about another country that I just don't know anything about. Friggin' Montessor hat. Don't ask me about it. I don't know anything about it. Clearly had British influence at some point. What is this? Argentina. So this is like a big giant block of 10? $35, $3.50 a piece, 10 of them. So I have a bunch of this similar stuff. Argentina flower blocks. $15, $11, $8. New Zealand here. Oh. That's actually pretty cool looking. I like the sled dogs. Antarctic research. Nauru 10 complete sets. Kids with doggies. So it looks like a pair of stamps and then an actual SUV sheet behind it. Yeah, oh God, here we go. 10 complete sets again. No. 10 complete sets. Again. Oh my gosh, I have so many of these. Netherlands slipped in there. 3 complete sets. Netherlands. Back to the Netherlands. Okay. Alright, well. I'm getting more narrow. Jeez, man. What the heck am I going to do with all this narrow? Russia. Hey, cool. Airmail from 77. Russia again. Cool. I have a, in this same big worldwide album I'm working on, a Russia section that I have only put a few sheets, actual full sheets into, and haven't done any other work to it yet. So those will probably fit right in there. Romania, Poland. Gosh. This is so much stuff. Good grief. It is actually a little bit intimidating. I mean, that's... Oh, Jesus. This is the second stack we've gone through, and there's 3 more. Okay, well, I'm going to stop here, at least with this kind of adventure, because, you know, I don't know. I think you guys get the gist. That was a lot. This is so much stuff. And the fact that I have 3 more bundles like this of stuff just goes to show how much is in this freaking bag. Pretty crazy. I'm not sure if I'm going to end the video here. There may be something more I'd want to do. Okay, so I've remembered what I wanted to share. I knew there was something else. This guy. Now, I'm not going to buy this yet, but I find this super duper cool. Now, if any of you guys have seen my videos in the past that I have used a microscope, it's a little Bluetooth microscope that hooks up to your smartphone and it connects to it, and you can get really intricate details on your stamps and stuff. This is, like, in my opinion, the evolution. This is the next generation of this kind of stuff. And while this one may be for numismatists, they use it, they market it for coins, right? But you could easily use this for stamps. So I picked this one because this is interesting to me. Now, my microscope literally looks like this. It's like they took my microscope and, you know, integrated it into a simple setup with a screen and an adjustable height bar and, yeah, little platform. So my microscope was like $30 or something. And so it seems like whatever the manufacturers out there, they've just stepped it up to the next level. Hey, if you want to look at this, even a $5 coupon, that's cool. So $35 plus, whatever, tax. I could have this. I think this is absolutely awesome. This is a wonderful next step. Now, you'll see here, when I typed into Amazon with stamp microscope, they don't market any of these specifically for stamps, but obviously, this would be a really cool thing to use to look at really small details on your stamps, and they, for the most part, seem to be about 40 or 50 bucks. Looky right here, actually, this is the microscope that I have. I didn't buy this exact one, but mine looks exactly like this. I have a different stand. It looks like they've upgraded the stand as well. And this one's 40 bucks. Ugh. I mean, geez. So, anyways, I saw this yesterday and just thought, oh my God, like I really had to fight the urge not to buy one of these. I mean, this is so cool. If you are a stamp collector who deals with older stamps or stamps that have those really minute details, or a whole bunch of variations, whatever the case may be, if you need an up close view, this looks like a fantastic idea. Now, I will say, the one that we were just looking at, which I think is this one, is only 720p on the screen, so only have 720 pixels. I would absolutely get one that's at least 1080p. Personally, I've found over the years the difference of 720 to 1080 is noticeable. And to go even further, I mean, like, if money wasn't a huge deal, I mean, here's a 2K pixel IPS screen. IPS, short story is that means it's a nice screen. I can't remember everything. I play a lot of video games, and a lot of people stress that you want to get an IPS screen for video games, but whatever. That's off subject. But so that, to me, I'm just like, IPS, that means good. And 2K, I mean, God, even more detail. I mean, look at this one has my interest, actually. I mean, $200, ouch. But, it may be worth it, quite frankly. I mean, this is pretty cool. And this one looks like it even has different lenses. This one looks like it has two cameras on it. Maybe one's a light, maybe one's a... No, sorry. It's got one microscope, and then those look like LED lights. That's actually really cool. So this one is clearly more expensive, but probably superior. I forgot to mention also on this other one, and probably all of these other ones, they do also have adjustable LED lights. I think, yeah, look, like this one says 8 adjustable LED lights, right? So not only can you raise and lower it on the stand, you can then adjust the microscope here with this roller to have it go to adjust further. But there's a lot of them out there, and I really feel like this could be an awesome stamp tool. So I'm not going to pull the trigger and buy one yet, but now that I know since last night that this is out there, ooh, boy, do I sure want one. I talked myself out of it because since I already have this microscope and it works fine with my smartphone, why I thought it wouldn't merit me buying another one is because, let's be honest, my smartphone screen actually goes to 8K. My smartphone screen is as good of a screen as I could ever want. And I already have the microscope. So I would kind of be buying the same thing almost again with even a lesser quality screen than my smartphone just inherently has. Smartphones are so nuts these days, right? I have a Galaxy S20 Ultra, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And, I mean, I've had it for like 5 years, and it's still unbelievably good to me. It's super fast, screen's great, blah-de-blah-de, right? So, yeah, I kind of couldn't quite justify it to myself, but the only downside to this style, which is one of the things that was spurring me to want to buy the new one, is with these kind of stands, the stamp sits flat right in front of the base. So I will articulate the stand and have the pen basically straight 12 o'clock, up and down to get a good view of the stamp. And sometimes the stamp would bump right here against the stand. And that's the struggle that I have with this style microscope is if I wanted to articulate this thing like 90 degrees and have it like have the microscope far away enough from the stand that I could fit the whole stamp in front of it, it wants to fall over. It's not stable. So, anyways, that's one of the problems I have with this is the stamps bumping into the actual stand because I don't want to swing this thing too far out or it would tip over. And this looks like an updated base that's metal. Maybe it's heavy enough that that's not a problem. Maybe that's why the price increased. My stand wasn't like that. But if you get something like this, it's not even an issue. Clearly, you've got a nice, clean, smooth platform that's not going to, you don't have to worry about bumping your stamp against anything. I will also mention on this other one here, it's got like little holder arms. I don't think you'd want to use that on your stamps. If you were looking at banknotes or something like that, I think it'd be perfect for that. But yeah, I don't think I'd want to actually use these little holder arms for something like a stamp. That just kind of scares me. I don't want to put these arms on my delicate, precious little stamps, I just want you guys to know this new technology is out here. Hybrid microscope with screen. And I mean, these are totally like financially attainable. I mean, $40, you can get an HD screen microscope with a ton of adjustments, LED lights. By the way, final note, I can't speak to all of these because I haven't looked at all of them. I really spent my time on this because it's Amazon's overall pick. I mean, it's 4.5 stars out of 5,600 reviews, right? So people like this. You can take photographs and you can take videos, but you need to have, I think it said it here. Right, it says it supports taking photos and videos, which you can store for later viewing, but you have to have a memory card. It does not come with this microscope, so you'd have to buy a separate memory card. Okay, actually, one more thing also. It turns out you can connect it to your PC, or your MacBook or whatever if you wanted a larger image, which kind of defeats the purpose for me. I mean, of it having its own screen, but you can do that. So yeah, you can take pictures and stuff. Now, this is, I'm sure, the price differentiator between high-end versions of these and the cheaper ones. Does it already have internal storage? Exactly what pixels are the screen? What size is the screen? How many adjustments does it have? All that kind of stuff. And you can choose, do you want the black base or the white base? Anyways, I'm gonna end my discussion of this here. I just want you guys to know this stuff is out here. So I hope that will be useful for somebody out there. I wish that I could afford to buy one right now. I really do want one of those microscope setups. That looks really, really cool. I can absolutely see the use for that. Hey, appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I will be back later next week, hopefully. Just depends on work. Right now I've switched to, I got an extra hour a day as a short story. So I have a little bit of extra time, but that's why I didn't make a video last week, and I just wasn't feeling it, man. I was getting kind of pissy about working 11-hour days for 5 weeks, six weeks in a row or something. I was just like getting tired of it, man. I'm a big guy on like quality of life, and for me, if you're gonna work all the dang time, that's no life. That's no quality of life. I don't like that. And what sucks is going from like 45-hour weeks to 55-hour weeks. I couldn't really tell a huge difference on my paycheck. Like, and 10 hours of it was overtime, which is time and a half. I don't want to speak my financials out there, but like I only got like an extra $150 or something. It's I learned that the government taxes overtime. I was like, that's one thing that I find interesting about Trump. He wants to stop that. He wants, like, if you get overtime hours, it's not taxed, and I think that's unbelievable. If that's for real, I know he's a little crazy. Hey, all of the candidates suck, in my opinion, and but that's one thing I like about Trump. So anyway, wish you guys the best. Like and subscribe if you feel like it. Leave a comment down below if you've got something to say. Appreciate everybody, and I'll catch you later. Take care. Bye-bye.